So you have trouble getting good starts. You finally get a good start, and the bullpen that's been reliable fails you. It's just
Yeah, you know,
one or the other.
we had to use more matchup guys tonight. It is what it is. We had to use our top guys last night, and you know those guys they didn't get the job done. Connor Bover was outstanding. He'll pitch on Friday night for us moving forward, so that is a bright spot. But that wasn't the only thing that we didn't do well. Obviously, you guys watched the first 3 innings. You get that many base runners against a good team. Somebody's got to step up and capitalize it. We didn't get done, and they did.
The bases loaded situations on both sides in this series.
Yeah, I mean, team that gets it done in the biggest situations wins the games. It's that simple.
Talk about your team's performance when adversity strikes.
You know, I feel like this team is going to play 27 outs. So that's a good question. Adversity comes throughout every season at some point, no matter what, no matter how many games you win, no matter what your record is. And I don't think you can really answer that until it hits you hard like it's doing right now, moving forward. So I think we're going to find out more. Now, in-game adversity, you know, I feel like when we have our top guys on the mound out there, they've been throwing it well. And when you have a barn burner like you did last night, that shows where the lack of getting that start last night came back to get us a little bit, because we couldn't go to Poston, we couldn't go to AC, and we couldn't go to Pence. They weren't available today because you have to take care of these kids' arms, and you know I'm not going to abuse them. So I feel like our guys play from start to finish, and as long as I'm here, they're going to. They don't have a choice. But when you get hit with some adversity like this point of the season, we're going to find out moving forward.
Following up on that, you got a pitch that's a borderline pitch. It could be strike 3, and the very next pitch or 2 pitches later, the guy hits a grand slam. That seems to be a theme of late.
Yeah, and you know, one thing the guys aren't going to get from me is that, you know, we ain't going to feel sorry for ourselves. We're University of North Carolina. It's the first time Boston College has won a series, and that's what you get when you're in North Carolina. You're going to get everybody's best, and that's why you came to North Carolina. So I told our guys, you know, if you want to feel sorry for yourself, we're not going to get where we want to go. I mean, that's just the bottom line, because ain't nobody going to feel sorry for you. And with that being said, we all know, we watched last night's game, watched the ball hit a lip. We've hit some balls on the barrel. We haven't found many holes. Well, welcome to baseball, right? You got to make your breaks. And we still had chances to win, so we have to execute. You know, even today, I know we left all those guys on, but the bottom line, we're up 2-1 in the 8th. And if we find a way to finish the game and win 2-1, we're all happy in the locker room. Same thing last night. We had a lot of opportunities, and you have to make a run and to have a great season, you got to be better in those situations. You know, if you hit, as a hitter, if you're hitting 320, but you're hitting 220 when it matters most, you've got to get better at that, and that's what we've got to get better as top to bottom as a team.
Coach, in the last 2 games, the last 2 series specifically, you've talked a little bit about those missed opportunities. How do you think the guys specifically are going to learn from these last 2 at-home series?
They're all older players, and they've all played in ACC Championship, regional, super regional. So you have to trust your players. They're trying so hard, and there is a lot of people say you can try too hard. Well, I don't believe that. I mean, you want them trying too hard. They just have to learn to slow down and know that they can do it. You know, I don't fault our team at all. There's not much with this team to go in there and rant and rave about and yell, because it's a great group. They play hard from start to finish. But, you know, they're returners, and they know that we have to be better when we have runners in scoring position.
And then taking Bover out, kind of what, I know you said a lot of the guys that you wanted to start, you couldn't start because of yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you decide on Padgett was the one that was going to get them out?
You know, Cam started on Tuesday. We knew that we could use him today off 3 days rest. We weren't going to use him a ton. Bover there is just a situation where he was out of gas. I mean, his last fastball was 87, and he was giving it all he had. And that fastball, he tried to throw as hard as he could to Honey Honeyman, and it just, when it's 87 in the middle of the back, I've been doing it long enough to know, like, this kid's giving it everything he's got, and somebody's got to come in and get the job done, and nobody did. I thought Nelly made some good pitches, unlucky on the first baseman, and then I thought Nick threw some borderline pitches, but he didn't get them, and you got to make better pitches.
When you're looking at some of the options back out there, I know Ben Peterson, was a guy who's going to be in the mix. It's been 2 weeks now since we've seen him. Just kind of, where's he at?
Yeah, I mean, he was hot. He was down there. He was definitely a guy that we were possibly going to use, but we felt good about those matchups. Berkwich has been really good against left-handers, so we've limited him to that only.
Yeah.
And Pry's been really good against right-handers, and then Patch has just been good. He's a true freshman, and he made a mistake, and a good player made him pay for it, and a hot hitter. That'll make Cam Padgett better now. He's tough. He's going to be one of our best moving forward for sure.
There in the ninth with Johnny up. Any consideration to go with Reamer, go right on left in that situation? Or
No, really not for me tonight. Nope. I was going to stick with those guys and, try to settle in more on sticking with who starts the game. Not all the time. You still got a couple options.
yeah.
But I felt good about Johnny right there, and unfortunately he didn't get it done.
Coach, speaking about adversity, I know Bovair's last 2 starts before tonight have not been his best by far.
Mm-hmm.
And then coming in tonight and only letting up 1 run in 7 1/3 innings. How did that kind of go into the decision to start him on Friday?
You know what? We had made a decision that we were going to move Carlson to the bullpen this morning. And we would figure it out from there, but it didn't surprise me with Connor. He's been good all year. He didn't have, his last outing was really his only bad outing. And at Georgia Tech, he gave us 5. He's the one kid that sticks out the most to me of our returners with experience that has really taken another step. And, he deserves to get the ball, goes out there like that, and, we'll figure out it from there. And again, it was unfortunate we didn't have Poston, AC, and Pence, because as bad as I wanted to use them, you just got to do the right thing for these kids' arms.
I think maybe one of the most surprising things of Connor's success is that it's not really been a ton of strikeouts. I mean, it's 3 to 9. It's kind of been lower numbers all year.
Yeah.
Just getting balls in play and getting outs. How's that kind of speak just for that progress?
Yeah. I mean, I think it speaks to the quality of the league because he's got good stuff. But he knows he's at his best when he pitches, and he doesn't have to. He's not going to be 94, 96, but when he stays in his delivery, he can throw 3 pitches. He can keep you off balance, and he can give you a quality start.
One more.
Will you figure out your Saturday starter after tomorrow?
Yep, I'm just going to focus on tomorrow, and then I'll try to figure out the Tuesday starter before I figure out the Saturday starter. Y'all have a good
so
night.
much.
Thank
you,
you.
Coach.
Thank you.
Some news was made.
Hey, Scott. How are you doing? You doing okay? Good. See you, no more. Good night.